Okay, so this is day 2, and this is what we talked about yesterday, compound interest. So the problem itself is going to mention something about compound interest instead of simple interest. We're still using the same formula we talked about yesterday. So P is our principal, R is our rate, which is the percent, which we divide by 100, and then T is the time. It has to be in years. So if it's in months, remember we divide by 12. But here's the difference today. The answer I get is my ending balance. If you remember back in simple interest, we had to add to find that. Well, compound interest finds that for me. But what if I need to find the interest? Well, this is where I do the opposite, and I'm not going to add. I'm going to subtract my answer and the principal amount to find the interest, to figure out how much extra this person had to pay. So let's break it down. If I look at number 1, the principal amount is $8,100. The rate is 7.2, but remember we divide by 100, so it's 0.072, and then it's 7 years. Now it's not PRT. Remember the new setup is 8,100, parentheses 1 plus 0.072, caret top 7, okay? Now, that's what we did yesterday, and the answer I get is the ending balance. But if we want to find the interest today, we have to take that answer and subtract. So that's the difference. I'm going to subtract the 8,100 instead of add, because that was already the total, to figure out how much extra that person had to pay. So the interest that was accumulated was $5,077.97. If I lost you, let's do that again. Number 2 says that they had a principal amount of $2,300. The interest was 0.04 after dividing by 100, and it was 20 years. So again, we just type it in our new setup, 1 plus 0.04, caret top 20. Now the answer I get, remember, is our ending balance. So 5,039.58 after rounding. And then I take my answer and subtract 2,300 to figure out how much interest was accumulated, how much extra this guy had to pay. Sorry, girl. So $2,739.58 is the interest. Make sense? So it's just like simple interest, but I have to subtract to find the interest instead of add to find the ending balance. Number 3, same thing, 7,500. The interest is 0.06 after dividing by 100, and it was 4 years. So then I just type it in my formula, and I get my ending balance, which is 9,468.58. But I have to take that and subtract 7,500, the principal, to figure out how much the interest was. Okay, and then here, same thing. My principal is 12,500. The rate is 0.062, and but this one says 60 months. Since it says 60 months, I do have to divide by 12. So we're going to use 5 years instead of 60. But the rest is the same. And instead of raising to the power of 60, I got to raise to the power of 5 because that's dividing by 12. Now remember, this is my ending balance. I round to the 100, so it's 23. And then I take that and subtract the 12,500. And so the interest that was accumulated was $4,386.23. Make sense?